Good evening, it's Rick. Charlie Kirk did not deserve to be assassinated. But I see a lot of people trying to minimize, trying to whitewash the things Charlie Kirk said. I see people on the right comparing Charlie Kirk to Martin Luther King, to Christ. People calling for civil war. I've seen people compare it to Pearl Harbor. Charlie Kirk was the victim of gun violence. We're good at that in the United States. Charlie Kirk was the victim of a school shooting. We're good at that in the United States. And the United States has a history of political violence. To pretend that political violence is perpetrated by only one part of the political spectrum, that's complete nonsense. I find the outrage on the right somewhat hypocritical, given the things that people on the right have said about other victims of violence, other victims of political violence. But the hypocrisy of violence, about violence, is not limited to the right. Claiming that Charlie Kirk wasn't controversial, that he wasn't polarizing, just inflames the situation. You can acknowledge that he was controversial, still doesn't make it right to assassinate him. And for people wondering why people are leaving the church, wondering why people are deconstructing, when you compare Charlie Kirk to Christ, that's going to make people go, what? I'm an atheist now, but I was a Christian, and Charlie Kirk was not Christ-like. But I'm not Christ-like either, and I never in my life would I have claimed to have been Christ-like. Charlie Kirk became famous doing what he did. Charlie Kirk made plenty of money doing what he did. I don't know how much of what Charlie Kirk said, how he presented himself, he actually believed. I can only go by the things he said. Despite what I consider vile rhetoric that he spoke, he still, like I said, did not deserve to be assassinated. Now, there have been plenty of people online that say you shouldn't watch the video where Charlie Kirk is assassinated. I somewhat disagree with that. People need to know what firearms can do, what political violence looks like. I spent 22 years of my life in the military, and I was a volunteer firefighter. I've seen plenty of gore, the aftermath of car wrecks and violence. That experience made me a person that would never call for civil war, like I see some people doing. I've seen enough violence and death and destruction in my life. I don't care where you stand politically, where you are on the political spectrum. Tone down the calls for violence. And if you condemn violence, good. Because I know there's plenty of people across the political spectrum that condemn violence. Unfortunately, sometimes the people calling for violence are very loud.